Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Samp and Chance. My name is Bobby Sampson. Chance Michael is not around today. But you know what, guys? We have a very, very special episode of Samp and Chance as we close out the year. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sitting down with South Asian wrestler extraordinaire, the lady herself, Miss Diva. How are you?
Yes. Hello, namaste. I'm good. How are you?
Namaste, Dhanwad. Thank you so much for coming onto the show. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you for taking the time out. You are currently in Singapore. It's Sunday afternoon. Let's take down the fourth wall. Recording this on a Sunday evening. You're at the gym. That's amazing.
Yes, I'm at my wrestling academy. This is called the Grapple Max, where I train.
Fantastic. So, Divya, I always like to start these interviews off with a very simple question. Did
Yes,
wrestling find you, or did you find wrestling?
I will say wrestling finds me
Okay.
because I will tell you a very different reason for that. I am always been a wrestling fan, a big, big wrestling fan, and
Okay.
suddenly happened like I never get a chance to wrestle during that time because in India we don't have opportunity, especially for this pro wrestling thing. Only we know few wrestlers who have been there. And then I was into dancing. I was a good dancer. Well, I'm a trained dancer, and but there is always in my childhood thing like, okay, I want to do a wrestling. Maybe I want to see a wrestling show. And then I got this opportunity to wrestle because the Great Khali have opened a wrestling academy in Punjab, India. And
Mhm.
when I got to know this, I just have one thought, like rather than being a fan, why I cannot be a wrestler? Maybe I can just give it a try. So I think the wrestling have found me.
Fantastic. So let's go to the beginning. You were a huge wrestling fan. So help me understand because in North America, wrestling's really, really easy to consume. Maybe we even
Mhm.
take it for granted how easy it is
Yeah.
to watch, to go to watch live. Not just WWE or AEW, big promotions, but we have many little promotions all over the place. So what was consuming wrestling like growing up in India? And if I'm not mistaken, I believe you told me that you're from Madhya Pradesh, which is, as someone enlightened told me, is the heart of India. Now, in my research, I noticed that a lot of historical sites are in that region, a population of 72 million people. It's a
Yes.
huge place. Um, so how does one
So,
consume wrestling? Like, how was it like that? It's
so I'm not even from a city from Madhya Pradesh. Like I was from very small town because my dad was in a you can call like a semi-government worker, and
sure.
then we were living in that town. During that time, WWE was really famous, and for that, I watched the WWE in my grandfather house that was in the city. Uh,
Okay.
and then I became a fan because first match I saw was of Undertaker, and oh my God, he's very scary and he's very nice wrestler. So I become a huge fan of his. I used to go every once a year. We used to go to our grandfather house where I started watching WWE. It's become a really keen to me, like, okay, I wanted to watch this wrestling. And then I used to go to, DVD shop because many of my friends told me, like, Divya, if you really a fan of WWE, you can buy a DVDs. You can get in the local stores. I used to go there. I used to buy a lot of DVDs because we don't have the channel. In my town, there are specific, very limited channels which we can see. And 10 Sport, there was no 10 Sport because India usually WWE is telecasted in 10 Sports. And then I talked with my dad, like, okay, dad, I want to see a WWE more, and can we have any of like TVs like Dish TV? At that time, India, we have a famous Dish TV, and then we have a Tata Sky, all this networking. And then I told dad, like, please, I really want to watch that. And during, I think I was in seventh standard when we got a proper TV to watch. Especially, we have bought that one to watch WWE because I have become a huge fan of it. I used to buy a trump card from the local stores. I used to go and in which every superstar will have their weight, their finisher move. There will be other all height, their bicep size, chest size, everything. And we used to play. All of my friends used to play. And then when the internet came, because during when that TV was launched and I can watch the WWE, I also told that I need an internet. And dad actually thought like I really want internet for studies, but no, I used to watch WWE in that also. I used to go for the specific site. I used to search in Google like if I can just download all the wrestlers' photos and everything. So it has been really difficult journey for me to be a wrestler, especially the my place like Madhya Pradesh. Women are mostly like, okay, they are doing their college, they will go for their government exams entrances. They really like the government exams, like they have to do the government exam things, or they will get married, or some of them will be an engineer or doctor. And this has been a specific race, especially in my city. From where I belong, there will be a race of all the students, like, or they can be an engineer or they can be a doctor. Even if you are going for the normal courses, like you can say MBA or anything, it will be like, oh my God, this student is not a good student. Means they will be compared like a very average student in studies or anything. So I feel really proud, like how my journey I have came, like I have just overcome everything. So becoming this wrestler been a hard, but I'm still proud, like I made it till here.
No, no, and that's absolutely amazing. And I want to talk about that journey as much as we possibly can. So let's start from the beginning. So you found out Great Khali had a school. You said you were a
Yes,
trained dancer first off in
yes.
classical dance or modern dance?
So I will tell you, like, it's been a very different, like, I've not been into one dancing, but a different type of dancing. So I have been a classical dancer. I'm trained in Bharatanatyam.
Oh,
I'm also
wow.
trained as Kathak dancer. So this is a proper Indian classical dance.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I wanted to learn something new. So I was very keen to learn belly dancing. I learned the belly dancing from one of the best belly dancers from India. And that
Okay,
time, usually people don't used to see belly dancing very good when I learned that.
sure.
Even everybody, my friends are like, "Oh, why you want to do this dance?" But now, if you will see, like belly dancer is over all over in India. Like everybody likes to do, everybody likes to learn. So I have always started breaking the boundaries. Like if there's set some specific boundaries for women, I don't feel like okay, this is enough. I think maybe we should try something new. So I learned belly dancing. Then I learned Latin American, like salsa, and
Right.
then I went to one of the biggest dancing school is called Terence Lewis Academy. And in the Terence Lewis Academy, I also learned like contemporary, some of the ballet, modern ballet. And
Wow.
so I've never
Fantastic.
specific to one dance form. I used to learn
Fair
new
enough.
things.
Fair enough. So your family, how they how they embrace this, has that also been a journey within itself? Because I can probably understand more so than other people who may be listening today how the culture actually works and what really goes on, and being a girl in an Indian culture, taking the journey that you have. Now, I think dance can be acceptable. I think yoga can be acceptable, in terms of an Indian household, but it's one thing asking your dad for the internet to watch wrestling. It's one thing to watch wrestling with your grandfather. What was the family's reaction to
Oh,
when Divya told Mama Papa that I want to go to Punjab to be a wrestler?
this was a very difficult situation because they always knew that I have been a wrestling fan. Not only me, my whole family. Like my
Right.
father loved Brock Lesnar, my
Okay.
mother loved Undertaker. She's always been
Okay.
fan of her. My sister loved Randy Orton. The other one loved John Cena. So we have always been a wrestling fan. Even my grandfather, he's a big fan of Ric Flair.
There you go.
So so then my father always thought like, okay, this is just a fan thing on her that she always said like, okay, one day I will be like Trish Stratus because when I was kid, I used to do her entrance on her entrance song. I used to show my sister like how Trish Stratus do entrance, and my father is like, okay, she's just a kid and nothing else. Suddenly, I was very good in dancing. My career was going nice, and I talked with my dad like because when I got to know that Great Khali has opened his wrestling school, and there is one of my friend. Um, one of my very good friend and I always used to talk her about wrestling like how I wanted to be like there I wanted to live a life like a wrestler if possible but I'm still a fan and I love it and then she told me like are you really wanted to be a wrestler she just asked me one simple question I said if I get a chance yes then she told then why not now you can just make your own chance and I was confused because I don't know what to do and she told me
Right.
see rather than regretting later when you will grow old and you will say, oh, I really wanted to try this thing, I never tried. Maybe just give it one shot. I said, okay, then what to do? And she said, just talk to your parents. I went home and I said, okay, I want to be a wrestler, Dad. I just want to join one of the wrestling academy. My dad and mom looked at me and said, no, you cannot. And you
Yeah.
just do it one thing. If you're in dancing, just be in dancing, or you can do your MBA, anything. You can be in a good company, go in interview in a multinational company. You can get a normal job. Why you want to struggle a lot in your life? And when at least I started wrestling at the age of 22, and then they told you're already 22. Like at your age, people used to get like they have completed their MBAs, or they will just get a good job in a multinational company. Why you want to struggle now? I said, please let me try. And kudos means I will say thanks to my both sisters. They have supported me. So they, especially my elder sister, she told like, whatever she has said, you have always agreed. If you would have kept the boundaries during the first time, like, okay, no, you have to only study. You cannot go in dancing. You have to study. You have to make your career, get married, and be like, okay, other moments. But you always told her whatever you want to do, do. We will support you in everything. So now she wanted to do a wrestling. Just give her one last chance. Maybe she can do something better. My
Hmm.
mom thought she needed time to think. And then my younger sister also told parents, like, it's okay, just give her a chance. She can prove herself. She always proved herself. So why not this time? And then my father also thought, my mother thought that they finally decided. Actually, I wanted to go to US to learn wrestling, but they decided, okay, we cannot send you so far because they didn't trusted me. Like, what if I don't want to do wrestling anymore and I will come back say, no, I don't want to be a wrestler now. I want to do something new. So they told me like, why don't you go to the Great Khali's Academy? Because they researched in internet, my father especially, and he
Hmm.
told like, do you want to go to the Great Khali's Academy? It's in Punjab if you can. Just try it first. If you will be good there, if you think like you can do at least in a 1 year, you will survive there as like very nicely. Maybe we can think and we can send you in the abroad. I said, okay. And that is how it's always been a thanks to my sister. They actually talked with my father and mother.
That's awesome. No, you know what? Family support is amazing. And
Yeah,
like your friend was saying to you, it is sometimes it's better just go and try and fail than
yes,
live on what if for the rest of your life.
yes,
Because what if
true.
will age you faster? At least trying and not succeeding, at least you know.
Yes, true.
So let's fast forward. You arrived at Great Khali School. How did that play out? What was that like to meet the Great Khali? And was he accepting, or did he make you work to get in that door?
So when I went there, it's like Great Khali was very excited because one of my friend was there and he told like, okay, there is a one woman who's very interested in taking admission and she's coming today. Great Khali told, okay, let's see, because usually women are not interested in India, especially for this wrestling, and or if they're interested, like their parents will never support them. So best part is my father went with me just to check around, like, okay, what is the thing? And then we came there and I see, and I knocked the door of the office, and the first thing I see is the Great Khali, the monster. Oh my God, such a tall person sitting in a chair, and he's like, "Oh, please come inside." And me and my father was just looking at Great Khali, like, "Okay, we have watched him in TVs, and now we are looking him in front, and he really looks like a giant, a very giant."
So
And
in
then
North
he
America, we call that marking out. Were you marking out at that point?
mean, I was looking at everything, to his hands, to even his nails, to his hairs, and like, oh my God, look at this monster, who he is. And suddenly he asked me, like, why you wanted to be a wrestler? I told him, like, I've been a fan of wrestling, and it's not like I'm limited to one. I know a lot of wrestler from, even I know the companies like NGPWs, I know the lot of company, and I know a lot of women wrestlers. Just I wanted to be a one of them. Maybe I want to give a shot. And he said, okay, are you serious about it? Because I've seen women are coming. They run away in a week. They will run away in a month. And how is your parents is okay? I said, my father is here. You can talk. And then he asked my father, are you ready to tell your daughter, or are you ready to accept that your daughter will be a wrestler? And it's take a time to be famous. It takes your whole hard work, whole your energy, whole your time, whole your years to be a wrestler. Like you have to give up everything. And my father is like, it's okay. She have always done something different. Rather than studies, she have done everything in her life. So I have no problem. Like she have already decided. Let's see. And then
Mm.
he asked me, like, where you gonna live, girl? And I said, maybe I will look out for some flat or PG. He said, you want to live here in academy? And I said, do you have a room for girls? He said, we don't have, but we will make one room. We will tell our boys to shift somewhere else. And at that time, there was more than 200 boys in an academy with hostel, and I was a single woman living with all the 200 boys.
Oh wow.
So Great Khali was really excited and he was happy. And he told me only one thing: any problem, if you feel like any guys is disturbing you or you're having any problem, you can just directly call me. He given his personal number and he told in the meeting, there is a one girl will be living with us. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear any complaint regarding you all from her. And that was best part because it's, my father is never concerned leaving me like, okay, there are a lot of boys because he know like I'm stronger. I can self defense myself. And even Great Khali have given his assurance like I will be here.
Okay,
I will
good.
check everything. And in the hostel, everything was normal. But even I will say thank you to all the boys. Even they're like they have helped me a lot. Whether it's the wrestling thing, whether it's explaining me everything, or ever I have to go to the market or anything, they were always there with me. Like
So
I
you
feel the
basically
family.
you
Yes.
basically had 200 Baya,
Yeah. 200 by yes, yes, yes.
200 brothers for those,
Yes.
right? That's protection in itself. So let me ask you this. So your first time when you actually start training, before you actually started training, before you took your first bump in training, your first, fall, your flat back, you know, did you fool around and play wrestling with your sisters and your cousins and your friends and stuff like that, or was this your first real experience, experiencing it?
So I have actually played a lot of wrestling with my family,
Sure,
especially my
sure.
sister. My one of the older sister have actually given me RKO in the floor, and then my mother have beaten us a lot. I still
Yeah,
remember.
yeah,
So we have done a lot of crazy thing during the when we were in the childhood time. But when I went to CWE and I started learning wrestling, roles were okay for me. Roles were okay because I have been a dancer. I know how to do rolls. I can do a handstand. I can do a lot of things. But when it comes to bump, oh my God, it took a lot of bumps to learn a back bump for me, especially landing on your back, falling in your back. One time I fainted because Great Khali told, okay, this is now or never. Or you're gonna learn today or you're gonna never learn it. So just tell yourself this thing, like, okay, it's now or never. You have to learn it now. I said, okay. Then I took at least, I think, more than 30 bumps to learn that back bump. And
yeah,
finally I got it. But after getting it, I actually fainted. And Khali was like, are you okay? I said, I'm okay. And then he told, remember one thing, he said, it's okay to feel pain. It's okay to cry. If you ever feel like, okay, you cannot do it, just relax yourself, take a deep breath, and think again that you have left your whole dancing career, you have left your studies to be a wrestler. You have left your good job, dancing job, to be here. So just keep this in mind, not to give up the things. I said, okay. So this rolls and bumps were, I feel like, okay, look what I have started with. Like I cannot do a simple back bump, but it takes time, but it's worth it. It's worth it for everything.
oh, that's amazing. So you debuted in 2017. What was that
Yes.
first match like for you?
Mm, it's like you can say in 2017 when I started, it was not many women. There were very few women, which was actually a problem for me. I really feel like I need a more opponent to wrestle. I need a more opponent to do a thing. But there were a lot of guys who used to help me in the wrestling forms. So I really feel sorry sometimes for boys because just to make me learn, they have took a lot of bumps, lot of bumps. And when I started in 2017, it's like common because there were 200 boys, and Great Khali will always call at least five boys in evening, at least five, one of his best boys. It's not like a very new boys or the newcomers who are coming. He will call the five best boys. Like I have trained with a lot of guys, and there will be a coach from America. Like I trained from Ethan HD, and then I trained from Xavier Justice. I trained from Fasad Neon Ninja. They will come and they will tell boys to take bumps. Okay, Divya, today you're learning shoulder tackle. Give boys a bump, and boys have to take a bump. They used to look me like, oh my God, why we are doing this? Then, okay, Divya, we are teaching you Hurricane Rana. I said, okay, I want to learn Hurricane Rana. I've been fan of Hurricane Rana. Especially when I see Mysterio doing all this thing, it makes me excited. Okay, and then they have to take all the flip bumps. I will learn the Hurricane Rana. They will take all the bump. I used to take a less bump. They taken a lot of bump from me. So I will always say thanks, but I feel so sorry for them. Like they always sacrifice everything, like their bag, their whole, like even their time to make me learn. So I have learned a lot from them. And now in 2025, like 70 to 25 has been a big journey for me. And see what it takes to be here. Like I'm in Singapore, I'm training women. I'm a coach here in the Grapple Max.
That's
So
amazing.
it all started like I think I make a right decision in 2017 to be a wrestler.
No, that's amazing. Yeah. So you are four-time CEW champion.
5 times.
Five times. I apologize. I
Yes.
apologize. The stats that I have said four. So five times. Thank you very much for correcting me. You established yourself pretty well, and you're what, 8 years now, 8 years into your career. We're starting the ninth. We're getting close there. If you look
Yes.
back, are there more girls now involved?
No,
No.
means because in India, when I was there in the wrestling thing, a lot of women have joined. They have left in 1 month, or they have left in 3 months, 6 months, or maybe in year. What I feel, especially in women's, is like they will not be very regular. Means I want a woman who are regular in training, who are regular in the matches, who are regular in everything, but I cannot see that thing. And I cannot blame them because some of the women they cannot do it. So they are like, it's better to quit now rather than taking your more time and then quitting it like, okay, I cannot do it. And then it will be a time wasted. So they quit and go. Some of the women they are actually they are into a mat wrestling things. So they don't find this wrestling very relevant. They said,
Right.
oh, because they feel, okay, we are in the mat wrestling. We train for Olympics, we train for medals, and now we have to do this thing, cannot do it. They have that kind of, you can say attitude or aura, I don't know, but
Yeah.
they don't want to continue. And then there will be a woman who have major family problem, like family don't want them to continue. They want to pursue in the all studies. They want them to go
Sure.
for
Sure.
something, marriage or
So
anything. They will also go.
so
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 very
things that
difficult.
the reason I'm asking you is because we've we're watching, and we kind of witnessed the women's evolution revolution here in North America. I'm just kind of wondering, is something like that happening in India, in Southeast Asia, where, like you've already told us, this is not something that's really common for the girls and stuff like that. But do you feel that effect of that from over this side spreading over there a bit?
So this I'm not gonna reveal a lot, but not in India, but in Singapore, we're gonna really have one of the whole show for the women,
Oh,
which will
right
be on
on.
next year, which will be in the next year. So we will
Well, I'm
have a
hoping
wrestlers
you can
from.
come back and join me, and we can talk about it and hype it up.
Yes, of course.
Love to do
So we
that.
will have
Absolutely.
women from all over Southeast Asia, like Malaysia, and then we will have in Singapore, from Japan. You don't know, maybe from Australia. Maybe we will have a wrestlers from US. We will have a wrestler like me from India,
Hey, that's
and
amazing.
this will be a big opportunity because I have seen the women's evolution and I really wanted to be there. Like when I see, especially the Mayan Classic, I don't know why WWE stopped this one and canceled the third season. But Mayan Classic was something, a tournament, like you are getting opportunity. Every country got an opportunity to represent themselves. And
Mhm.
I always thought maybe one day I will be there. But I hope like they canceled. I hope like the AEW or
We had,
maybe,
yeah, there was one girl from India that was representing, and I apologize
yes.
because I can't remember her name. Um,
It's Kavita Devi. She was
Kavita
the Great
Devi,
Khali
thank you.
student. Yes,
Are you
she
familiar
was.
with her?
Yes, I'm familiar with her because when I joined CWE, she was selected for WWE NXT,
Right.
and I met her. She's very athletic. She's just like you can say a super athletic. She's
She's
super
very tall.
athletic woman. Yes, she's very tall and she's athletic and she have a good muscles.
So where is she now? Do you know?
Yeah, she's in India, but she is currently like she's doing her weightlifting things in which she was previously doing, and she's
Okay,
in
okay.
politics also.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, at any point in your career, because of the lack of competition, the lack of
Mm.
training partners, maybe even the lack of opportunity, perhaps, did you ever consider, okay, now I'm in it. Now I know how to take a bump and I know everything that I need to know. Should I go to America? Should I go out that way and try to see what can happen? Because it's not just North America. You could have gone to Japan. Mexico's an option as well,
Mm.
if not North America. But was that ever a thought?
Yeah, I have a thought about this one because when even before joining CWE, I actually messaged to OVW, the Oyo Valley Wrestling, and
Yeah.
I told them like, okay, I want to join the wrestling academy. How is the things over here? They literally replied me. I never expected they will reply, but they replied like, okay, this is the course fee. This is if you want to come, let us know what is your visa process and everything. And I'm really thankful to OVW because even after my WWE tryouts, I try to contact them like if you have any booking for me. So they again replied and told me, like, if you will be in USA, we will surely give you our one of the TV shows. Like, we have seen your profiler and excited to you to be here. But problem is with the Indian passport, or you can call the visa, is very difficult for, especially for us, like pro wrestler. Like, obviously, there will always be a question: what the pro wrestler want to go and learn in US when you can learn in India or any other country. So it's have become a really problem to
Okay.
travel. But I always thought like after my WWE tryouts in 2019, in 2020, I decided like, okay, I want to go to US. This is enough. I have done a lot of wrestling in here in India. Maybe I should explore more. Maybe I should learn more. Maybe I should make a contact. Worst thing happened in like starting. I already thought like, okay, in 2020 I have to go, and in February there was a COVID. After COVID, everything got scrapped. In 2021, like things got open.
Yeah,
But if you will tell about like flying up, like visas, everything, this all eased down around like 2022.
I got
So
it.
it took
Okay.
a lot of time, and then nothing was good. Even the business, even the market, everything was so slow down. Even then, people were, even in 2022, also people were afraid of COVID, but they have to earn, so they were just traveling. It's really made me mess like what to do now. And then
Mm,
finally, I decided, okay, let's continue. Let's continue the wrestling here in India itself for a few days, a few years more. Maybe I can turn over and can go somewhere. And then suddenly there was one phase came when I decided, okay, I don't want to do it anymore. And then my parents asked, what happened? I said, see, I have a name. I'm getting a fame. People know me as a wrestler in my city, or you can say in India also. People know like, okay, she's a wrestler. She represents India. I said it's enough. I think I should go study, or maybe I should look something for another thing for my career. So my father asked me, "Do you really want to quit?" I said, "I don't know, maybe let's see, but currently I want to take a break." My father said, "Okay." I decided to move to Singapore to study. I said,
okay.
"Okay, let's have one degree." I said, maybe some diploma or degree I should study, and let's see if I can get a job in Singapore." And I was really like, you can say broken. I was literally broken. Like, no, this is not happening because I talked with lots of agents to be in USA for wrestling, but all the agents said, okay, it's difficult to get a USA visa, especially only for the pro wrestling. You have to go by study purpose.
Did
They
you
said you have
ever
to go by.
wasn't were you able to maybe ask Great Khali? 'Cause he's been through this
Yeah.
process. Maybe he has
Yeah,
a bit
he
more of a
told like
connection.
yeah, he told me like it's difficult. You have to go like in the study purpose in order to be in the US because USA have really done a very difficult in her visa things. Everything is so procedures. Each procedures are really difficult.
I get
And
it.
for the pro wrestling, definitely they will ask you like where you want to go for the pro wrestling thing because a lot of my friends have tried before the US visa with the pro wrestling. Like there is even a companies who have invited some of my friends to be there as in their event, but they have rejected the visas. So I didn't want any rejection in my passport.
Yeah.
So I finally decided, okay, let's be in the Singapore. And I study. I actually came for study that time. And during that time, there was one movie was going on, a documentary movie about the pro wrestling life in India, in which I have a character. Like they want to shoot me, like what I'm doing, and they actually wanted to shoot. Okay, Divya is having a one final match, and she is now settling in Singapore. I came to study. We found in the internet there is a one wrestling academy here, the Grapple Max, and they told, let's go and talk. We need a ring to shoot you. Like, okay, this will be your final match. Maybe we can talk for the match. I said, okay, let's see. We came here and then we met the main owner is like Greg, and he really welcomed us nicely and he talked with us and he asked me like, okay, so how you long been wrestling? I said, okay, I'm wrestling this and that. And he said, so why you want to do this final match? I said, no, I said, I'm just broken. I just don't know. I think maybe I should quit or maybe I should take a pause. uh, it's because people need a money to live. You cannot
Right.
live like that in your life. And he said, okay. He said, why don't you give a try? If you want to join Grapple Max, just give it a try. If you feel like if you want to quit, you can quit, but still you can come, you can learn here also. And their style is basically Japanese, which will be a very new for me because I have already trained in American style and no Japanese style. So I started coming here and I feel so good. Means everyone, each and every members are so friendly. It's like I felt really like family. Like I was used to feel in CWE. Like, okay, I leave one family and I got another family in Singapore. And then I decided, no, I'm not quitting it. I will be here in the Grapple Max. I will continue my journey. And that is how it started. Like even in my documentary, like they have put like, okay, now she's in Singapore and she's living her life of a wrestler as an international wrestler over there. And after my first debut, the things were happening. I was still doing the classes, and suddenly I got an opportunity. Like Greg and the other team members, they talked and said, we want to hire you as a female coach. Do you want to be a part of it? And at that time, I feel okay. My all hard work that I have been doing since in there in India has been paid off now.
Right.
I've been really hired as a coach, and it is like a big opportunity, and I call like respect for myself.
Hey, awesome. And Grapple Max Pro
Yes,
Wrestling, the ring is
yes,
behind you. This is where you train. This
yes.
is where you coach. Is this where the shows happen, or do you guys have shows in different venues?
So we also do shows here in the different venues too.
Oh, okay,
Like we have
okay.
done a very big shows this year, like one in the Fuchao building here in Singapore is called Unity. We have done a very big show, and there I have wrestled with one of the Japanese wrestler.
Fantastic. Who would that be?
That was Marika, and she
Oh,
is the
right.
yeah, and she's a Gaio style wrestler.
Yes.
And excited because I have never seen like I have never wrestled a Japanese wrestler. I really excited to see like how do they wrestle, how do they
So what
do
was
the
that like?
things.
So what was that like? Because you're used to a certain style, you're used to a certain thing. So I guess
Yeah.
it's a two-part question. First off, when you had your WWE tryout, what
Hmm.
was that like, and who was there representing the WWE, if you could tell us?
Okay, so in the when the WWE trials happened in India in
Right.
2019, there was the
Yeah.
Indian trials and
Yeah.
total 60. Yeah, usually WWE take only 35, but India is like they have got lots of athletes and there were total 60. Like different background. We have a bodybuilding background. We have all the athletics. We have a like professional wrestlers over there. We have some actors. We have even the radio jockey also. We have one of the radio jockey have came. One of the yoga person have came for this tryout. And then we have a Matt Bloom as a main coach. He was there
Okay.
to
So,
guide everyone.
oh, he was there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
And then yes.
in terms of the training, like, did you notice the difference in how they were coaching opposed to, not saying that you were coached in any bad way or anything, but did you see the difference in styles? And oh my God, so this is what it's like in North America style. Like, did you notice big differences, or was it pretty much the
I
same?
will, I think no difference because Great Khali was already in WWE and he
Okay,
know how the
so that
basic things
helps.
goes on.
So that helps.
So there was nothing a difference. Even our coach has all the coaches who have came to our in here India to train us. There at that time also all the coaches have been into WWE tryouts. So
Okay, okay,
we didn't feel like it was really difficult or very means different. Same thing, the roles that WWE do same we have did the same bump, the same way to feed up, same way to do the lockup, everything, same way to duck and everything.
oh,
So
okay.
it was nice.
Well, I mean, wrestling is wrestling. But I'm thinking. I guess
Yes,
what I'm trying to think is the approach. Was the approach
yes.
different?
Only different is with the Japanese one. Japanese have some kind of you can say a difference in the They have a lot of you can say lots of
Art
different
style.
stuff. Yes,
Yeah.
their styles are very different. They are really fast, very fast. Like even if you have a character like in American wrestling, like we have a different, you can say a character which we work on. Okay, Japanese in this like character is there, but they work really fast. Like they don't go really for the storyline, but they will go for one of the perfect matches. Like okay,
Right.
this should
Right.
be the match, and this it should be happened.
Are you up to date with the current product? Do you
Mm,
watch
no,
wrestling?
sorry.
Do you watch wrestling? Do you watch
Oh
wrestling
yes,
currently?
I
Yeah.
still,
Yeah. So
I
so
still
what
watch.
do you think of it today? What you're seeing?
Oh my God. Well, for the today, I feel like the women's are doing really, really nice. Means I will not say like normal. They're doing a perfect, especially I can see Rhea play. Oh my God. Like beautiful. Like she looks beautiful. She do wrestling really beautiful. Her promos are really nice. And
Rhea
then I will go
Ripley.
for yeah. And then I will
Yeah.
go for Io Shirai. Yes. Then
Well,
I will go for Io Shirai. You know.
they are right now two of my favorite people to watch. Just the
Yeah.
energy between the two of them is something special. Um,
True.
John Cena, were you happy
Oh
with the way it ended?
no, I'm not happy.
Were you happy with the retirement tour?
Yes, I'm happy with his tour and everything. It was really emotional moment, but I really didn't like where he ended. Like he lost. I really think like a legend should be when you are telling him bye or you are telling him a goodbye for the forever things. I will say like let him win. Let him keep this forever. For because same with the Undertaker means for the Undertaker one, it was an emotional moment for me. Like way he um
When the streak,
got
when he,
defeated. Yes,
yeah,
his streak got broken. I really never wanted his streak to be end. Never in my life. Even I cannot imagine right now, even till this age, I cannot imagine like Undertaker streak has been broken. Not in once, but it's what twice he got defeated. One with a Brock Lesnar, one with Roman Reigns. It
right.
is really emotional. When like I really never wanted because Undertaker have contributed a lot for the company
But
and being a
traditionally they say that it's a wrestler's duty to lose his last match going out in order to put over the next generation. Do you
yes.
believe that to be true? And if so, then how come John Cena should have won?
Um, yeah, it's been said, like it's always been said. Even my father also said, like legend have a duty to pass his legend to the another person. But I don't know because maybe I have that emotional connection with the WWE, especially because of the Undertaker. I will say, like I have watched him since childhood, so I never wanted him to get his streak broken. And for the John Cena, what I feel like it's nice, like way he given it, like the way he tapped out, like always smiling. But okay, no doubt, like Gunther have done a lot in his life, like how he was so, you can say like overweight and everything, and the way he came like full, he have
Walter,
changed his body. Yeah, Walter, from Walter to all the way to the Gunther, and then way he changed everything. The way he do entrance, you can see a ring general when it has been announced ring general. Yeah, he really have that personality, that aura to look like a ring general. But I don't know why. I don't feel like John Cena should have thought. I have no words for this, like how to explain this thing, but I felt really connected and emotional because not
yeah,
a very big fan. I have never been a very big fan of John Cena. I just love his never give up, hostile loyalty, respect. I love that. I love his merchandise.
I
Okay,
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
for his matches, okay. But the fan I have been to the Undertaker, not to with so much John Cena, but have a connection with him because I have been watching him when I was in my school times.
Sure.
And that makes me really emotional. Like, oh my God, you cannot let the legend go like that. Never. I will never accept like legends are losing their last matches this way and going and what part is like I thought it can be maybe like in some of the big event like John Cena might be losing is still okay, but losing it I think it happened in Saturday night, right? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was
yeah,
Sunday morning for
yeah,
you.
yeah. So
Actually,
Saturday
around
night.
this time right now.
Yeah, so I really feel sad. I like okay, should at least maybe he should have ended on the WrestleMania or something like that. Okay, that's the emotional
Possibly.
tribute.
Yeah, no, I get that. I
Yeah.
get that completely. Divya, so I saw one of your matches that I was able to get the opportunity to see. It was India
Mhm.
versus Singapore.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
how do those matches work? Are you a heel in the promotion, or are you the face that runs the place?
I will say like I'm little bit like a Marvel Universe Loki. Like I have lots of fans.
Okay, okay.
People will never hate me, even though I do anything. People will always love me, and that
Ah,
is what I loved about here, especially of Grapple Max, especially of Singapore. Like how people accepted me. Usually, people will never accept foreigner wrestlers coming and beating their country's goal, but here, everybody in Singapore accepted me and they just have a lot of love for me. I can see there's one girl who will, one of my friends, wrestlers friends, and then she will always come to see my matches, and that makes me very excited. And there's one more girl from the another promotion wrestler. I think she's also a friend of him, and she will always come and hug me like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see your match," and that's making me really proud of myself. And like me having a match that is like India versus Singapore, it is just like not even India versus Singapore. It is like just a grapple match, a normal match. But okay, one of my friends put it on my channel. It's like India versus Singapore. I said, "Why you have to put like that?" And he said, "Okay, let's see what the people reaction will be." And I had a match with a Mean Gray. It was a big. She told me like it's a big match for her because she haven't wrestled like that. The wrestler who's very technical, but she's an amazing wrestler. I will say. She's a
that
hard worker. I mean, I loved it. The way she wrestled, the way she was in her character. I
yeah.
loved it.
Hey, that's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Divya, I've taken up a lot of your time here. So I love for you to get back to what you're doing and what you love to do. But before you go, uh, a message to the young girls of Indian origin and just girls of any origin. What's
Hmm.
your message to them?
So I will say not only for the India but the whole Asia because whole Asia have this thing like women will not come for this wrestling thing. I've seen it everywhere, whether it's Singapore, whether it's Malaysia. Also, we have two, three wrestlers. Singapore also more than five, six, no more women. Same in India, we don't have a wrestlers. Like I really wanted to tell all the women over Asia, and especially also my country, India. Like please come forward. Please come forward. If you want to do wrestling, give it a try. Never regret that you had an opportunity to at least talk with your parents, at least have a try of this wrestling, but you never did it. Women are made for breaking boundaries. There is not a specific boundaries that the women have kept for herself, but that specific boundaries have been kept by the society for us. And you have to break this. You have to come forward. You have to show them that you are stronger. You can be a self-independent. You can be a more athletic, you can be a more powerful one. Nowadays, women is ruling in a politics, women is ruling in a businesses, women are ruling in a fashion industry, women are ruling even in the sports. It is never like the men's are only bringing the Olympic goals. Olympic goals are also won by women.
Well, hey, I mean,
WWE, yes,
we
WWE have changed the era
we
of
can look. We
evolution.
we we don't have to look any further than the women's Indian cricket team.
Yes, then you can talk. Yes, women India cricket team. You can be like they won the championship over there. So
Yeah,
women are coming in
they
each
are.
and every background. So if you wanted to be a pro wrestler, just go for it. Give it a try. You never know what future holds for you. You never know.
No,
You
Divya,
will be holding the championship.
I must say, I'm really privileged and honored. Thank you for sharing your
Thank you so
story.
much.
Thank you for enlightening the world on what the scene is over there for the female wrestlers. And girls, if you're listening, please listen to her. You never know unless you take a shot. If this is something you want to do, do it. And Divya, I'd love to let you know that in any way that we can support you or any of the female wrestlers out there, they have a platform here on Samp&Chance to share their story. We love to hear it. I love to hear it, and I love to put it out there for everyone. So,
Yeah.
guys and gals, from Vancouver to Singapore, this has been Sam, and I'm sitting here with Divya right here at Grapple Max Pro Wrestling out in Singapore in the training center. Divya, thank you so much. Dhanbad, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
God bless.
Dhanyavad to you.
Have a great one, everybody, and Merry Christmas to you all.